Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name Ahmad Khusaini and my name 07. Here I will explain about 6 C's of education in teaching English learning. In the 21st century, education is not just about acquiring knowledge, but also about developing skills that will help students thrive in an ever-changing world. To prepare students for their future and engage students across all levels of education, educators have identified 6 core competencies known as the 6 C's of education. These values have existed throughout 21st century. Education plans and help progress students' emotional, physical, and societal intelligence. I will outline the 6 C's of education and the importance of the modern classroom. Communication. Communication is a skill that everyone needs to develop for educational, professional, and societal purpose. It is a core value of the 6 C's and requires deliberate effort to strengthen. Communication is important because throughout any stage in life, creating mutual understanding with people will require strong communication skill, and education is the foundation of much of this capability. In order to emphasize communication, consider adding active listening exercise into the classroom to improve students' ability to articulate their truth clearly. How to implement communication in English teaching and learning? We can help students develop their English language communication skills by providing opportunities for them to present information in a clear, concise, and meaningful way. Encourage careful listening and successful articulation of thought. For example, you could have students participate in debate or give presentation on a topic they have researched. Collaboration. Collaboration is important because on top of facilitating critical interpersonal skill, it is a medium where students can learn how to communicate appropriately within a group. Regular collaboration can benefit students in many ways. One essential being that the outcome of teamwork is greater than an individual effort. Through collaboration, students can learn how to communicate correctly and work with different personalities to find the best outcome. How to implement collaboration in English teaching and learning? We can provide opportunities for students to work together on projects or assignments, encourage them to utilize their different personalities, talents, and knowledge to create a maximum outcome that benefits the entire group. For example, you could have students work in pairs or small group to create a presentation or complete research project. Critical thinking. Critical thinking is an analytical process asking students to question the assumptions given to them and search for an answer not immediately apparent. This is a vital skill to emphasize because it promotes deep thinking and learning in a way that other truth patterns struggle to address. Critical thinking is also super applicable to everyday life in an infinite number of scenarios, so the skills will follow them throughout their life when developed correctly. How to implement critical thinking in English teaching and learning? The one way is encourage students to analyze and question the information they encounter in English language texts. Provide opportunities for students to synthesize information from multiple sources and apply it to their own lives. For example, you could have students read a news article and then discuss its implication or have them compare and contrast different viewpoints on a topic. Creativity. Creativity is a skill that needs to be nurtured because it doesn't come naturally to everyone. Understanding how to mix critical thinking and creativity can provide students with increased mental freedom to solve problems and create solutions and express themselves in ways that will be difficult without those skills. It doesn't have to apply to art, but artistic outlets are one of the best ways to train this mental muscle. How to implement creativity in English teaching and learning? We can encourage students to use their creativity when completing assignment or project, provide opportunities for them to create something new or create something in new way, utilizing the knowledge they have already acquired. For example, you could have students write a poem or short story in English or create a video on a topic they have researched. Citizenship. Citizenship emphasizes the importance of the surrounding world, given how much information cycles around the world in the modern age. It is increasingly important for students to understand the surrounding and develop a sense of identity in the global context. This doesn't have to be as intense as it sounds and can be as simple as changing the names and environment where learning happens. Small but intentional changes help inform students of what's happening around them and how their future could be shaped through a global and cultural context. How to implement citizenship in English teaching and learning? The one way is how students learn about the culture and community of English-speaking countries, provide opportunities for them to explore the custom, tradition, and values of these countries and compare them to their own culture. For example, you could have you could have students research a holiday or cultural event and then present their findings to the class.
Action.
Character. This point emphasizes the importance of empathy and compassion toward others, which is an essential skill in the world that is becoming increasingly digital. Rather than being focused on the material education of a student, this point focuses on building strong, empathetic humans that will go through the world caring about what's around them. Creating compassion helps increase the personal effectiveness of a student and is a key to improving their emotional intelligence. Certain activities can help foster this skill and similar to communication can become a gateway to creating positive relationships in the future. How to implement good character in English teaching and learning? We can encourage students to develop empathy and understanding towards others, provide opportunities for them to practice kindness and compassion in their interaction with others. For example, you could have students participate in a community service project or write letters to people in need. By focusing on these 6 core competencies, educators can help students develop the skills they need to success in the 21st century and can ensure that whatever educators create will help facilitate important growth for their students. The 6 C's of education provide a framework for preparing students for a bright future. Okay, that's all my explanation about 6 C's education in English teaching and learning. I'm sorry if I have mistake. The last I say, wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.